What's up, Bills Mafia? Right now, your Buffalo Bills are locked in on one goal, getting better every single day. Whether it's through player development, roster adjustments, or just dialing in the details at practice, this team is committed to bringing a championship home to Buffalo. And while the team works behind the scenes, we're here to keep you plugged into everything, especially when it comes to the moves that could reshape this roster or stir up the fan base. And today, oh, we've got one of those stories. But before we dive in, do me a favor. If you love this team, if you want that Super Bowl parade down Delaware Avenue, smash that like button right now. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. So you're locked in for all the exclusive Bills coverage all season long, because today we've got to talk about the release of former Bills wideout Gabe Davis by the Jaguars, whether a reunion in Buffalo makes sense, and if the Bills missed a shot at trading for George Pickens, let's get into it. It feels like just yesterday we were watching Gabe Davis toe tap down the sideline in that unforgettable 4-touchdown playoff game in Kansas City. Fast forward to today, and Davis is, once again, a free agent. That's right. On May 7th, ESPN's Adam Schefter broke the news. The Jacksonville Jaguars have released Gabe Davis just 1 year into his 3-year, $39 million contract. Let that sink in. A $39 million commitment. And they pulled the plug after 9 starts. Now, if you remember, Bills Mafia was divided when Davis left in free agency last year. Some fans were disappointed to lose that deep ball threat, the guy who could flip a game with one big play. Others were frustrated by the inconsistency, the drops, the limited route tree, the vanishing act in big moments. With Jacksonville, things just never clicked. 20 receptions on 42 targets, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then a season-ending meniscus tear. Just like that, the Jaguars paid him $23 million for 10 games. That's tough business. So now the question is, what's next? And does that path lead back to Buffalo? Let's talk about it. Should the Bills pick up the phone and bring Gabe Davis back? On the surface, there's some logic. He knows the system. He has chemistry with Josh Allen. He brings size and deep threat ability. And now he won't cost nearly as much. But here's the flip side. Buffalo already moved on. Brandon Beane made it clear this offseason. The wide receiver room needed a reset, not just a rehash. They signed Joshua Palmer, a reliable chain mover from the Chargers. They traded for Elijah Moore, a speedster who can stretch defenses and work out of the slot. And most importantly, they drafted Keon Coleman, a 6'4" beast from Florida State who's being groomed to grow into a WR1. So where would Gabe Davis fit? Behind Coleman? Behind Moore and Palmer? Would he accept being WR4? Maybe WR5? And what about development? Davis had his shot. Bringing him back could take valuable snaps away from younger guys trying to make the leap. It's a fair debate, and I want to hear from you in the comments. Would you welcome Gabe back with open arms, or do you think that ship has sailed? Now, let's pivot to the other major headline. While Gabe Davis was getting released, another receiver was getting moved. The Dallas Cowboys acquired George Pickens from the Steelers, swapping day 3 picks and sending just a 3rd rounder to Pittsburgh. For the talented but polarizing wideout, immediately questions started swirling. Should the Bills have made that deal? Let's break it down. Pickens is a physical freak. 6'3", strong hands, great ball tracking, and a mean streak. He can be a true outside alpha if he puts it all together. With Allen at quarterback, he might have unlocked a whole new level. Pickens comes with baggage. He's had multiple altercations, including a fine-worthy incident against the Cowboys last year. His body language has been criticized. His effort, sometimes questioned. In Dallas, they're banking on Dak Prescott and the team's veteran leadership to keep him focused. But even that's a gamble. In Buffalo, we've got one of the strongest locker rooms in the league. There's trust, culture, and accountability. But do you want to inject that kind of personality into a group still figuring out its new identity? And don't forget, we've already invested in Keon Coleman. The front office believes he's the answer. Bringing in someone like Pickens could disrupt that process. He'd command targets, headlines, and could create tension in a unit trying to rebuild chemistry. It's easy to second guess after the fact. Pickens is flashy. Gabe Davis is familiar. But let's look at what the Bills actually did. They didn't chase names. They chased fit. Palmer, Sigur, and consistent, quiet pro. Moore, Sigur, dynamic, versatile weapon. Coleman, Shigu, young, hungry, high-ceiling rookie. Add in Dalton Kincaid, James Cook, and Khalil Shakir, and suddenly this offense doesn't look barren. It looks balanced. Would it be nice to have one more dominant receiver? Maybe, but you can't fix everything at once. And Allen has made a living elevating the guys around him. This year, it looks like Buffalo's betting on cohesion over chaos, development over desperation, and team culture over headline trades for Gabe Davis. He'll get another shot somewhere. Teams are always looking for red zone targets and playoff experience. He may even land with a contender in need of depth. But unless there's an injury or major setback in Buffalo's WR room, a return to Orchard. Park feels unlikely. Still never say never. Brandon Beane has surprised us before. As for Pickens, all eyes will be on Dallas. If he lights it up, fans will wonder what if he flames out. Buffalo will look even smarter for sticking to the plan. Let's rewind a bit before we get into the new update. Remember when James Cook came into the league back in 2022? There was excitement, sure, but plenty of questions too. Could he handle the physical grind? Could he step into the shoes of Buffalo's revolving door at running back? Fast forward to 2024, and the man silenced all the doubters. Siluan carries 1,009 rushing yards, 16 touchdowns, 4.9 yards per carry plus 32 receptions for 258 yards and 2 more scores. That's not just good, that's top-tier production. Cook became a key cog in Buffalo's offensive identity last season, providing explosiveness, vision, and home run ability every time he touched the ball. He was Josh Allen's safety net, the guy who could take pressure off the passing game, and he did it all at just 25 years old. Now, here's where things get interesting. James Cook is heading into the final year of his rookie deal in 2025, and if you're a player coming off a 1,000 yards, 16 touchdown season, you want to get paid. Period. There's been speculation all off season that Cook wants an extension. He's earned it. But so far, crickets from the front office. No new deal, no reported negotiations. And that's led to whispers. Will Cook hold out? Could the Bills find themselves in a situation where they're missing their star back because of a contract dispute? Well, this week we finally got some clarity. GM Brandon Beane joined Adam Shine on Mad Dog Sports Radio, and he gave fans a peek behind the curtain regarding the James Cook situation. Here's what Beane said. I have no doubt when it's time to play football, he'll be ready to roll. Simple, direct, and very much in Beane's style. But what does that really mean? Let's decode it. He's not saying a new deal is coming. He's not denying that there's been some tension, but he is saying that in his mind, James Cook will be suiting up come week 1. That's a big deal, because despite all the rumors, the Bills appear to be staying firm. No new contract yet, but full belief that Cook will honor his current deal and play ball. Now, does James Cook see things the same way? That's the wild card. Let's talk numbers. Cook is coming off a breakout year. At 25 years old, if he hits the open market in 2026, he'll be one of the most attractive free agent running backs out there. So what's the going rate? Top backs like Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara are around $12 to $16 million per year. Mid-tier starters can land between $6 and $10 million annually. If Cook duplicates last year's production, or even comes close, he could command $8 to $10 million per year easily. The question is, will the Bills want to pay that? Historically, Buffalo hasn't been eager to throw big money at the running back position. We've seen this regime invest in affordable options, committee approaches, and versatile backs who don't break the bank. So if Beane isn't sold on a long-term commitment, does that mean Cook's time in Buffalo is winding down? Or could this just be about timing? So let's get to the elephant in the room. Could Cook hold out? The reality is, it's possible, but not likely. The running back market hasn't been kind to players lately. Guys like Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley had to fight just to get fair deals. Holding out could hurt Cook more than it helps, especially with the Bills holding the leverage right now. Cook's best move might be to ball out in 2025, stay healthy, and put the pressure back on Buffalo to either pay up or watch him walk. And let's be real, if the Bills are in Super Bowl contention, You better believe Cook's going to want to be on the field, not on the sidelines watching. Here's what makes this situation even more complicated. James Cook isn't just a box score player. He brings balance to this offense. He's the guy who helps slow down blitzes, who forces defenses to respect the run, who makes the play action pass more deadly for Josh Allen. And behind an offensive line that continues to gel, and with young weapons like Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, and Khalil Shakir, Cook could put up even bigger numbers in 2025. If he does, that price tag's only going up. That's why this update from Bean matters so much. If Cook plays this season with no drama, he's setting himself up for a big payday here or somewhere else. All right, Bills Mafia, time to huddle up. Let's hear it. Do you think the Bills should bring back Gabe Davis? Should we have traded for George Pickens? Or are you happy trusting the current group of receivers to grow with Josh Allen? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Be honest, be loud, and be part of this community. We're building something special. Here, just like the team is, if you got value out of this breakdown, smash that like button right now. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe so you're always plugged into the latest Buffalo Bills news, rumors, and inside stories. We're not just talking football here, we're living it. Until next time, go Bills!